must pay.
The joys of life. Just the joys of life. Ah. Well, wait a minute. And there. Now, oh yeah. Wait. Oh yeah. Well, basically that's this year going to be memorable for something that isn't going to be pretty much any good. Because, well, pretty much, if quite a few people have seen, there is this new film coming out this Easter, which is God's Not Dead 3. Yeah, we had God's Not Dead, then God's Not Dead 2, and now we have God's Not Dead 3. Ugh, honestly. In case you don't know what's happened with the God's Not Dead thing and you've been living under a rock or whatever for a few years or so, in the first film for the film, it basically showed Christians as being these really, really nice people who go through really, really happy lives and all that stuff. Whereas for atheists, they're all mean and horrible. Which also wound up giving memorable scenes like, well, this.
Why do you hate God?
Because he took everything away from me.
Yep, why do you hate God? Because he took everything from me scene. And basically there were other scenes like bashing of Muslims too, because yay Christianity and all that stuff. And as for the second film, it basically was involving a teacher called Grace who basically got fired for saying stuff about Jesus in the classroom, even though she was a history teacher, because apparently in the God's Not Dead 2 universe, if you dare mention the name Jesus, then you will be indefinitely on the right grounds for being fired. Yeah, you can kind of see the bad stuff. And, as highlighted from a video review thing of God's Not Dead 2 from Jacqueline Glenn, she basically highlighted the following.
One last disturbing thing I want to point out to you guys. At the end of this movie, it said anybody going through a similar situation should report it to the ADF, otherwise known as the Alliance Defending Freedom. The Human Rights Campaign describes the ADF as one of the nation's most dangerous organizations working to prevent equality for LGBT people. That's right, besides the boatloads of cash from the producers and contributors, the whole point of this movie was to promote a view of religious freedom that promulgates the right of Christians to discriminate against LGBT people. Talk about hypocrisy, and they still, after all of that, they still feel like they're the ones being persecuted.
Yep. And basically, now we have God's Not Dead 3, where I'm at, and just like the first two films, where if you are not in Christianity, like if you're an atheist or in another religion, like what happened with the first film, then you are a horrible person. And if you haven't seen the last God's Not Dead film, then basically all you need to do is go through 4 main things. Number 1, Christians are super oppressed. They are oppressed, and you need to know it. Even though the thing was, I found this article, dookie thingy from a while back, which basically highlighted all these religious dookie court case things which have happened. And these are God's Not Dead films were thingied off of. And it was basically like over things like abortion, whether gay people should be able to adopt children, and even things like on the LGBT community in general. When I think in reality, I think quite a few, if not a lot of them, were basically more like just cases of Christian bullying rather than Christian persecution and discrimination. And if you thought the first point was bad, then the other three are going to be just lovely. Because number 2 is that atheists are horrible, horrible people. Atheists are mean, they're cruel, they're heartless, and they are the scum of the earth, and you need to know it. Number 3 is that basically, what was it again? Oh yeah, that the separation in the United States between women church and state, yeah, that infamous thing which everybody knows about, yeah, that doesn't really exist because atheists made that up and it's all a myth. It's all a myth that atheists made up. And finally, number 4, prayer can solve anything. It can cure anything. If you have a deadly disease or whatever, which will ultimately claim your life, pray. It'll be cured. If you're in court, pray. Then you'll end up having the charges dropped and you'll be set free. Honestly. As if 2 films weren't bad enough. I bet once again it'll be highlighting Christian persecution, and it'll also be texting the infamous thing, telling people to text everyone they know, oh, God's not dead. And if you want to, then you can go and do that. Screenshot or something like verify. And you can tell me about it or whatever, or to highlight the whole thing on whether or not God is actually dead. Yeah, although I bet that if he was actually around, then he pretty much would actually do stuff if he was really filled with all that love and stuff. Because we still have things like, I don't know, say, nothing major, just famine and other things like world conflict as well, and natural disasters. Oh wait, that's right. God's not dead. Because he never existed in the first place. Well, anyways, I am going to go and edit this video now. And, well, if you like this video, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Comment on whatever you like down below. And if you want to, then feel free to subscribe. Because, well, why not? And also, I have got a new video in the works, which shows this lovely little scene where people are dancing to Taylor Swift in slow motion. But anyways, bye!
Everyone must pay.